And please don't hesitate to type in a question. I'm pretty good at watching the chat bar while I'm talking, and I'll stop. There's, like I said, an 8-second delay. Feel free to put your name in the chat bar and where you're calling in from, and we'll go ahead and get started. Make sure you have your action guide. If you've been on the webinar before, which I love that some of you want to take this again, because I share so much information with it. If you want to have your action guide, it's new for 2018. The PowerPoint has just been updated like about a week ago, and I think you're going to love it. So let's go ahead and get started. I've never started this soon before. Nicole's in Grand Cayman. I bet you're not freezing like I am over here, huh? I bet Max is in good weather too. Okay, so let's start with a poll. Usually speakers become speakers because they have a very important message they want to share. Oh, and let me tell you this too while you're here. Before I get rolling too fast, at the end, I will go live. I will be on camera and I will answer all your questions. And I also have a wonderful nugget from Napoleon Hill that I will share at the very end, which helps you to make decisions. Okay, so I'm going to set up a poll. What is your financial goal for speaking? Now, hang on just a second. And I will set it up here. I have for writing and speaking on the poll because they go together. They go together like peanut butter and jelly, soup and sandwich, all that. So just click on one of the buttons. Is your financial goal for writing? In fact, I had a gentleman comment. I wrote a post on LinkedIn yesterday, and he wrote, speaking isn't just about making money. Sometimes you just want to share a message or there are other rewards for it. And I'm like, right. And this is not for you. He's kind of retired and just likes to share his wisdom. And so, you know, it's interesting. Like I said, there's an 8-second delay. So let's see, supplement your income, financial independence. And there's a third option there, to establish your credibility as an expert in your field so you can earn more. You can always do that if you're an expert and you have a best-selling book or whatever it is that you've got going on. Being the leading expert in your field is always best. Okay, that looks good. A nice mix of everything. All right, I'm going to go back and reset the poll, and we'll go back to the chat bar. That's kind of like, so we can get a feel for where everyone else is at in this webinar. Now imagine earning $5,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 for a 1-hour presentation. Can you imagine that? I've booked speakers for more than $30,000 an hour. I've made $10,000. I just raised my fee to $15,000. But you know, I'm flexible. Like if it's a small group and they don't have that kind of budget, I'll be a little more flexible. And then, of course, if you can sell your product in the back of the room, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. I booked Captain Lovell from Apollo 13 for $35,000 for, it's not even an hour. It's about a 45-minute talk with a little Q&A at the end. So anyway, Insider Secrets was made for you if you have an important message to share. You want to distinguish yourself from the crowded field of general speakers. And we'll talk about general speakers in a little bit. You want to become the leading expert in your field. I did this for you. I created this for you. It took me almost a year to build this program. You want to earn thousands every time you speak and have high recurring income. You want to influence and help others and fulfill your potential. That is such a common thread with people who become speakers, that you shouldn't have to starve as a speaker, but most speakers really do become speakers because they want to influence and help others, which is the highest purpose. And they want to discover how the speaking industry really works, which is such a game changer. And you're ready to start getting paid to speak. So if that's you, go ahead and type in the chat bar. You can say yes. Now, of course, it's not for you, like this other guy I was talking about, if you don't want to leverage your passion, your experience, or your message to earn an incredible income and lifestyle, or you're happy speaking for free. It's a fun hobby for you. There are a lot of people who really just enjoy speaking. I was a guest at a Toastmasters meeting one time, and one of the gentlemen there had been in Toastmasters for 25 years. Thank you for weighing in, everyone. Yes, 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 yes. And Nicole, I know you have a calling to do what you do, and most of us do. It's almost like we don't have a choice. You know what I mean? When you have a message that you want to share, and then there are speakers who just enjoy speaking, and they are trying very hard to find their core message. So It takes everybody to do this, and it's really wonderful. Speaking is one of the highest paid professions today. There I am at MPI in Edmonton, Canada. Spit it out, Robin. Speaking to a group of meeting planners, meeting professionals, and they book speakers. So whenever I'm speaking, I'm always promoting the Bureau and my other speakers as well. So let's look at your action guide. Again, you can see the link for the action guide at the top of the chat bar. It's lvcsb.com/is-action guide. Thank you. Yes, it's really fun. Now, I have this little list about what you want to earn from speaking. And again, this is for your benefit to see where you are and where you want to be and what the difference is. So if you're new and you haven't been paid to speak, hi, Jerry. I'm so glad you could join us. I look forward to interacting with you. If you've already, Jerry, make sure you have your action guide. The link is at the very top of the chat bar, lvcsb.com/is-action guide. IS stands for Insider Secrets. I'm the insider as a Speakers Bureau president, an author, and a speaker. Okay, now if you haven't been paid to speak yet, go ahead and type or write in on your action guide the second part of each question. Okay, the first question is, what was the top fee you earned last year in 2017, and what do you want your top fee to be this year? So if you have spoken before and say your top fee was $5,000 and you want to double it this year and make $10,000 every time you speak, or make 20,000 or 100,000, whatever, put that down. This is for you. You don't have to show it to anyone. Sometimes people will type in the chat bar what they put in, what they want it to be. And I have a client who took the course, and he made more than $20,000 in 2 weeks with consultants. I think I mentioned that in one of my promo video clips, that he's a consultant and he could only charge $1,000 to speak, but he comped in the C-level executives at his company to his presentation. And he said, if you like it, I will comp you an assessment. And if you like it, you can get an assessment for everybody in your company. Well, one company had 8 employees and one company had 20 employees, and it was $1,000 an assessment. So he made more than $28,000. And I said, how did you do this? He said, Robin, I just did what you told me to. So that made my day. All right. Now, what's your average fee from last year? And what do you want your average fee to be this year? So if you haven't spoken before, think about this. Where do you want to be with your speaking? And if your fee was $5,000 and you spoke 10 times and you made $50,000, but you also spoke 10 times for free, then your average fee would be half that, $2,500. It's not real complicated math. Not if I can do it, this blonde girl. Okay, and then the last question is, how much did you earn last year total, and how much do you want to earn this year total in 2018? And this is where you really get focus and clarity on where you want to go with this, with your speaking and your expert empire. What is the gap, and are you ready to close it? Because if you were making 25 and you want to make 30, you just want to supplement your income, that should be incredibly doable, just cost of living increase. But if you were making maybe 10 or 15 or $20,000 last year and your goal for this year is 100,000, then you see that there's a huge difference. And I want you to help you get ready to close that. And we can do it here, okay? The sad truth, I should have put the sad truth. The truth is that often, in spite of standing ovations and accolades, people saying, oh my God, you're the best speaker we've ever heard, most speakers really don't have enough money to put gas in their car to get home. It's true. And we're going to talk about that later, about general speakers and how much they struggle hoping to sell product in the back of the room. There's nothing sadder than coming home with a suitcase full of books and DVDs and products that nobody bought, and you didn't get paid, and you volunteered your time and you worked so hard. That's because these speakers never discover how to monetize their speaking career. So we're going to look at that. You'd never try to fly an airplane without first taking lessons, now would you? If you would, I want you to write that in the chat bar, because nobody has ever said, yes, I would love to fly an airplane filled with people without ever having had a flying lesson. Unfortunately, though, people become authors and speakers all the time without ever really understanding how the industry works. And I think it's an innocent enough mistake. I think, you can write and you can speak from the time you're a toddler in most cases. And Some kids don't speak till later or write till later, but I think today everybody's speaking by the time they're 4 or 5, if not sooner. And so you have a message to share and you say, I think I'm going to write a book. And without really understanding how the publishing industry works, and it's so closely related to speaking, if you're speaking without a book or writing without speaking, you're really leaving a lot on the table. And so, or people become speakers because they have a message to share and they never really understand that it's a more complicated industry. I'm going to try and simplify it for you here. Over the next hour, we actually are going to go about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes. And then depending on how many questions we have at the end, then I'll bring it in and edit it and repost it on Webinar Jam. So you can go back and look at it later. If you have to jump early, I don't want you to miss anything, but we do go a little longer than an hour. And like I said, I'll go live at the end and I will have a wonderful nugget from Napoleon Hill on how to make great decisions. So I'm going to show you how the speaking industry really works. And I'm going to share 10 insider secrets tips. I'm going to share the biggest mistakes most speakers make, the importance of having a very powerful platform. I'll tell you what a platform is if you don't know. How to do what the wealthy do, because that's where we're all headed with this, right? The 3 different types of speakers, what every speaker should know before, that's the typo. I was looking for this typo today and I couldn't find it. I'm so sorry. What every speaker should know before speaking or struggling about the speaking industry before struggling one more day. Gee, I don't know why I made a mistake. I can't even say it right. What every speaker should know about the speaking industry before struggling one more day. I'll share insider secrets to earning 6 figures as a speaker and how you can make more money in one day than you ever thought possible. Are you ready? And how to set your speaking career on fire. And I'm going to tell you what that's all about too. You're about to discover incredible secrets and insights about the speaking industry that took me almost 10 years and $200,000 to learn. And no, I'm not proud of that. And I'm not a slow learner, I swear. I sought help from some people. They were the wrong people, you know, and I invested a lot. And I hear from a lot of speakers that they hired this coach or that trainer or went to this program and spent $10,000, $20,000 or more trying to learn how to monetize their industry and their expert empire, and to no avail. So I don't want that to happen to you. I can tell you, if I can do it, so can you. Absolutely. It's so easy. And stay tuned. I have this brand new Insider Secrets online course. It's a mind-blowing opportunity for just a few speakers and authors. And that's because I do so much one-on-one with everybody. Everyone who has signed up for the course is just emailing me all the time or wants to schedule a phone call so I can talk to them and answer their questions. So it's very, I don't want to say labor intense because that sounds like a lot of work, but it's intense, and I'm here for you. I really want to help you. I'm tired of hearing speakers who are hearing from speakers who are struggling. Okay. So let's get started right away with Insider Secrets. Tip number 1, establish your credibility always, no matter what you're doing when you take the stage. That's why you have a wonderful introduction. The host introduces you and suddenly everybody wants to hear what you have to say. You want to tell people why they should listen to you, why they should buy your book, why they should hire you as a coach or a speaker or a consultant, buy your program, whatever. So let me start with why I can help you. In 2006, I founded the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau in the convention capital of North America. LV like Las Vegas, C like convention, SB like speakersbureau.com. If you haven't been on the website yet, take a look at it when we're done here. Las Vegas has more than 11 million square feet of convention space, and many of those meetings require speakers. So I've lived here forever. I moved out here when I was just a child, and there were 250,000 people here. Now there's more than 2 million. So I have really seen the Strip grow, and it's just incredible. And as far as convention business goes, it's spectacular. So I thought, well, I'm a speaker and an author. If I'm not right for your gig, let me find you someone who is. So today I regularly get to work with and book speakers who I used to only see on television or read their books. You can see Jack Canfield, Les Brown, Marcy Shimoff, Captain Jim Lovell from Apollo 13, Brian Tracy. It's amazing. I regularly book speakers for keynote presentations and breakout sessions. It's incredible. And I underline these so I would remember. It's a little trick to myself to tell you the difference between keynote and breakout sessions, because I know when I started speaking, I wanted to know what the difference was. I thought a keynote presentation was like in the middle of the day. Well, it has nothing to do with the time of day. It has to do with who's in the room. A keynote presentation is when everybody at a conference is in one room. That's a keynote. So it could be an opening keynote, a breakfast keynote, lunchtime keynote, closing keynote, mid-afternoon keynote session. A breakout session, say there's 500 people at a conference, and no, you don't always have to be speaking to a group of 20,000 people. Most conferences are, well, I don't know, varied 100, 500, 1,000, 1,500. It depends on how specialized they are. And then you have giant conferences like the Consumer Electronics Show or the Automobile Dealers Association. So breakout session, say there's 500 people in a conference, and then they literally break out into 5 different rooms of 100 each. Sometimes a meeting planner will want you to do a breakout session, the exact same session 4 times throughout the day, and then do a keynote. And if you're doing a keynote, which is your top fee, you might want to tell your meeting planner or your speakers bureau, listen, I'd be happy to throw in a breakout session for your VIPs or your executives if that would help you. You know, you're there anyway. It's not that much harder. You do a program you already have, and it gives your host an opportunity to really be special and make their guests feel special. If you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to jump in on the chat bar. Okay, this is my body of published work, The Art of the Business Lunch, Building Relationships Between 12 and 2. It's a sales book. It's not really about eating. But I thought contributing to Chicken Soup for the Wine Lover's Soul would be a nice compliment, because everybody wants to know if it's okay to have alcohol when you're out at a client event. I've contributed to the Power Mentorship series of anthologies, and I published The Power of the Platform, Speakers on Success, Speakers on Purpose, and Speakers on Life. And I have had the pleasure of being interviewed by these international media outlets and more. This was just what I could fit on the slide. So it's really fun. You can take it as far as you want to when you become an expert. And the only thing I'll caution you, when you're doing a lot of interviews, like if you just launched a book or new program, don't believe that your friends care what you had for lunch. Only the people interviewing you do. Okay. And then lately I started making movies around 2011 with these amazing top thought leaders. They trust me with their reputations. Again, remember, I'm still on tip number 1, share your credibility. I want you to know you can trust me. The other experts who are in these movies gain success by association, which is marketing gold. In fact, Max, who's in our chat room today, who's in our webinar, is in the first movie, The Keeper of the Keys, and he's just darling in it. He's fantastic and came to the big VIP red carpet premiere. So that's my body of work. I am an author, a speaker, and a filmmaker, and a songwriter too. And I have done all of those things. So I want you to know that I can really help you to succeed. Insider secrets, tip number 2. You want to avoid these professional speaker mistakes and misconceptions. It's funny, in Insider Secrets I share, I think there's 15 of them. But because we're limited on time today, I'm going to share the top 3 mistakes. And most, don't ever feel bad about these. Most speakers make every mistake in the book. As I've said, I did too in the beginning. That's why I spent, like almost $250,000 making mistakes and doing things the wrong way. So I want to help you avoid those mistakes. The first and biggest mistake is most speakers don't understand how the industry works. They rely on fee-based gigs, and I'll get into that in a minute. They create and try to sell the wrong products with the wrong reason, for the wrong reason. And 3, they don't understand how really easy it is to stop speaking for free and start getting paid to speak. And at the end, I'm going to share with you why I think most speakers think it's hard to make money from speaking. Success as a speaker is not just about being a great presenter. It's about understanding how the business works. Of course, being a great presenter helps too. That was one of my audiences in Michigan where my demo video was made. I have uncovered some very serious problems, starting with most speaker training programs really fail to address how the speaking industry actually works. You may have seen promotions for speaker training programs where they might have 10 or 15 experts take the stage and they talk to you about PR, publicity, marketing, packaging, your website, your search engine optimization, your digital marketing, and so on. They really don't address how to monetize your expertise. You can still have a dynamite program and struggle to make ends meet. Also, speaking is a very crowded field. And this is a real big challenge lately. Industry experts are often willing to speak for free. Plus, a lot of meeting planners have discovered that they can comp you in to a conference in exchange for a speaking fee. And I think I put this in one of my promo videos that, if I'm going to a medical conference to speak on networking, I really don't need to know everything else about the medical conference. Now, yes, I could possibly shake hands and find another paid gig for it, but how do I pay my bills, right? You ever ask yourself that if you're speaking for free or in exchange for the potential of an opportunity of maybe connecting with someone who's maybe hosting a meeting and they're in charge of booking a speaker? That's not good. If you're a doctor and you're going to a conference and you can get comped in instead of having to pay a $1,495 registration fee or a $3,500 registration fee, then you want to be an industry insider, an industry expert, and speak like that. Wear the speaker badge that says speaker under your name badge. People love that at these events. But if you're a paid speaker, it's not where you want to be. Plus, there are countless experts speaking on the very same topic. Here's another tip that I don't have numbered, but you really want a very specialized topic. For instance, and I just use myself as an example because it's easy, okay? I'm the queen of the business lunch. I share how to build relationships by breaking bread with your clients. But I also speak on networking. Now, if you want the queen of the business lunch at your event, I'm your girl. I'm the only one doing that the way I'm doing it. But if I'm pitching for a networking speaking gig, I'm competing with 3,000 other networking experts who are speaking across the United States. So can you see the difference? I want to get your wheels turning so you can start seeing how you can really come up with that very special topic that, everybody is, a lot of people may be doing something similar, but they're not doing it the way you're doing it. So that one of the girls who's in my last movie, Farida Akadiri, was just here in Las Vegas. She did an event. She called it Lily Days, which sounds like something that's existed forever, right? It's Lead Your Life, Lyllidays. Instead of just doing an event, or I'm meeting with some people up in a suite and we're going to talk and we're going to videotape it. No, she created it and created an event. I'm so proud of her. She just really blew my mind with what she was able to do. So the question becomes, how can you and your message stand out to achieve your financial goals? All right, let's look more closely at the top 3 mistakes. Remember, number 1 was not understanding how the speaking industry works, or understanding how easy it is to earn 6 figures as a speaker once you know the secrets. Most speakers rely on fee-based speaking engagements. Now, what this is a speakers bureau. And I get a little twinge of sadness when someone emails me and says, I want to get listed with your speakers bureau. Because even if I love you, when I submit a proposal to a client for a speaker, I have to put 3 or 4 or 5 speakers in a proposal, sometimes more. So even if you're at the top of the proposal and I'm telling them this person is the best, they'll really hit it out of the park for your audience, you still have like a 25% chance of getting selected to be the speaker at that event. The other thing is speakers are kind of like, don't call us, we'll call you. So what I'm trying to do with this, with Insider Secrets, is empower you so you're no longer just dependent on a speakers bureau. That being said, being listed with a speakers bureau is a very important part of a successful speaker strategy. You do want to get listed with as many speakers bureaus as you can for the search engine optimization, for the promotion, so people see you. And that's part of how you set yourself on fire. So any questions so far? You guys are so quiet in the chat bar. I know you're just mesmerized by my experience, aren't you? Well, you should be. I don't mean that arrogantly or confidently. I'm just like, I really am working hard to share a lot of content with you. And I really hope you're getting it and writing down on the action guide what you're doing and what you want to do from this point on. Okay. So I love you. I want you to stick with me and let's change your life. Okay. And keep you from struggling ever again. Who do you contact? Nicole wrote, Betsy, I'm so mesmerized. You got it. Thank you, Betsy. Nicole wrote, who do you contact at speaker? Is that Betsy Bell? Thank you all for weighing in. Nicole wrote, who do you contact at speakers bureaus to get listed? Well, this makes me laugh because I get a lot of emails from a lot of people that say, who do I talk to at your speakers bureau? My speakers bureau is basically me. And, what I really like, and I talk about this more in the actual Insider Secrets course, how to approach someone. Oh, I'm so excited you're here, Betsy. How do you approach someone at a speakers bureau? And, here's the thing. They'll find you when you set yourself on fire. If I need, say, a futurist speaker and my budget is only $5,000, the futurists that I have listed with the bureau are all like $10, $15, $25,000. I'm going to go on Google and look for them. And if I find someone, I'm going to go to their website, look at their video. And if I think there's a match, I'll reach out to them to check their availability and their fee and see if they're in the right realm. And so that's how you could email someone. A lot of speakers bureaus have a little menu button at the top that says, if you're a speaker and you're interested in being listed, contact us. I do. And it kind of directs you to Insider Secrets. And that's what I'm doing right now, which I'll get into later. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because of time, but I am building a certain aspect of the speakers bureau that other speakers bureaus don't have. And so I'm marketing the speakers bureau just like you need to be marketing yourselves. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. All right. Now let's talk about your platform. Do you know what your platform is? What is a platform and why do you need one? And I remember trying to build a platform drove me crazy and that's how, someone asked me at this Lily Days the other day, she was from Austria where they revere royalty. And she said, how do you call yourself the queen of the business lunch? Well, anybody in the United States hears that and laughs, My clients started calling me that because I did about 5 business lunches a week. Betsy can say amen to that, right? She knows what I did working in outside sales here in Las Vegas. I was out to breakfast, networking events after work, the business lunch, and people would try to book lunch with me. And I was booked for 3 or 4 weeks out. And so everybody said, gosh, you're the queen of the business lunch. So I wasn't being disrespectful to real royalty, but I came up with that name. So that became part of my platform. I trademarked it even. So your platform is what are people saying about you? Oh, thank you, Tammy. Yeah, and you were at my first launch of my original self-published book before I even sold it at the Palm Restaurant, at the Forum Shops at Caesar's Palace. I remember that. Thank you again. Okay, so let's get back on track here. Your platform. What is your platform and why do you need one? Your platform is what are people saying about you? Again, I remembered when I started, when I got asked to do an interview on MSNBC TV and an interview for Newsweek and Rediff.com, London Financial Times. I needed this because what it does is it shows meeting planners that I'm an authority, that I'm an expert on my subject. So that is your platform. It's basically your accomplishments. My claim to fame as the queen of the business lunch was that I personally hosted more than 3,000 client lunches, and I saw my sales increase by more than 2,000%. I'm not a dining or an eating expert. I'm a sales expert. So that was the basis of my platform, and everything that has come since has been gravy on top of that. The reason why you need a platform, a powerful platform, is because of what it will mean to your career as a speaker. Meeting planners and speakers bureaus are deciding, should I book Betsy for this gig or should I book Tammy for this gig? So what do you have that's your claim to fame? So as a meeting planner or a speakers bureau, I can look and say, oh, she's the right one to book instead of this one. I think she'll do better for our audience. So that's how important your platform is being able to have, that expertise, those accomplishments. And the more you have that other people don't have, the better off you'll be, the more successful you'll be. I want you to discover how to set yourself on fire. Remember, I said, if I can't find the right speaker, the first place I look is my speakers bureau because I know my people on there personally. I've seen them speak. I know them. I've talked to them on the phone, or we've done a Skype or a Zoom call. But if I can't find the right speaker, I look on Google. So if I needed an Art of the Business Lunch speaker, there I am. My book is #1 on Google. I don't know if you can see it. It ends up being a little cloudy in Webinar Jam. The second listing is my speaker website at robinj.com. Then you have an abstract of my book. You have a video of me speaking on the Art of the Business Lunch. You have a Speakers Bureau listing for me, and then you have the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau. So you want them to find you on Google page 1. I even set the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau on fire. If you look, the first listing is an ad for vegasmeansbusiness.com, which is our Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. You have a CVB or a CVA, a Convention and Visitors Bureau or Authority in major cities across the country. And they advertise, and that doesn't bother me at all, because if you look at the last listing, it's the LVCVA's listing for my Speakers Bureau, which is fantastic. And the two first organic listings are for my Speakers Bureau, 2 different variations of it. One is my featured speaker listing and my LVCSB.com. So I have tremendous search engine optimization. When someone is looking for a convention speaker in Las Vegas for their meeting, they are going to find me, which is fantastic. All right, insider secrets. Tip number 3. This is going to make you laugh. Max, you're going to love this. When building your brand, you never want to call yourself a specialist. Can anyone guess why? Okay, here's the answer. Because specialist contains the word Cialis in the middle of it. And Cialis is an erectile dysfunction drug. See, I'm sharing tips with you that no one else is going to share with you, I think. I learned this from a friend who does press releases, and I was like, how did you even learn that? Picked it up at a convention of coders and HTML software, and he said, yes, it will get bounced. So when you send out a newsletter, like I did this morning and yesterday and Friday, it was 3 in the series, that was it. I think you might get one more email from me from Webinar Jam. But when I send that out, if I was a business relationship specialist instead of a business relationship expert, it could bounce. And that's not why we're working so hard to do this. That's why we want to get into people's email boxes. Who would have thought about it, right, Nicole? Isn't that a hoot? Okay, and I hope you're looking at your action guide, because we're going to talk about your product development. And number 2, the number 2 biggest mistake speakers make is they create and try to sell the wrong products for the wrong reasons. When you create your products, you have to start with the end in mind. Now, a lot of people, say, well, I'm not good at making products, or I just have a message to share. I am here to tell you, building products to sell is not important. It's mandatory. If you're going to make thousands every time you speak, and these can cost next to nothing to create, and I show how to create explosive products and insider secrets. This is such a game changer. And I'll talk about this a little bit more later. Oh, and let me say this, that Dr. Alfredo Basosa, who was in my last movie, created 7 key meditation MP3s to go with his movie, with the secrets of the keys that he's in. There are 7 keys in the movie. So he created 7 key meditations. Now, those are mostly music, a little guided meditation. And on his webpage, he has them on his website. He has 7 CDs that say the key meditations on them. And when he sells his $20 DVD, he's selling it now for $55 instead of $20. So he's making so much more than all my other experts who were in that movie. And I'm just like blown away that they aren't all doing it. It's free to create an MP3. And there's no hard cost in developing a product. You just send it out with your mailing list, right? You can send an MP3, a message, whatever. So, but those are still only $10, $20 value. What I'm talking about is really creating dynamite products that are going to change how much money you make as a speaker. You have to have a reason for creating your product. You need to create a product because there's a demand for it, and then share the reason why you created it so that people understand. Now, I created this webinar because there was such demand from speakers who want to be listed with the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau. These are some real examples from my inbox. I hear from doctors all the time. And then here, what you asked about contacting a speakers bureau. How do we sign them up? How do they become an official speaker? Send us an application. I don't have any of those. If you go on the lvcsb.com and we're done, and you click on, speakers, you'll find that you'll end up right back here. But I also offer speakers who come to my site a PDF that they can download on how to work with speakers bureaus, which I should have mentioned that before. I think you'll find that helpful. Speakers looking for more opportunities. Well, no kidding. Every speaker is looking for more paid opportunities, right? And it goes on and on and on. Plus, I have found, because of offering my anthologies and my movies and this online course, most of the speakers I talk to are really broke. They're struggling. And that's why I decided to help speakers monetize their messages, because they mean well. They want to get that message out there. But if they don't understand, it's like flying an airplane without taking lessons. So that's why I created this course. All right. Insider secrets. Tip number 4, you want to turn the page on your action guide, and you want to write this down because it's super easy. Creating awesome products. All you have to do is make them something people need, something people want, and something you know a lot about. I have run the Bureau for more than 10 years, which I'm never going to say how many years I've been at it, because they are just flying by. Actually, I think it's more like 15 years. Anyway, I have been running the Bureau, and it gave me this behind the scenes look. Now I'm not just a speaker. The fact that I was a speaker before I ran the Speakers Bureau really gave me an eye-opening experience. So this is when you go to create awesome products, you want to start with something people need, something people want, and something you know a lot about. Hopefully something you know. If you ever watch Shark Tank, the first question they always ask is it proprietary? Are you the only one that can do this? You're selling cupcakes? Well, anybody can sell cupcakes. But if you're selling the, I don't know, the Simply Fit board or some fabulous product that they can trademark and copyright, the sharks all light up. So think about that when you think about your products too. Now, a book is a great place to start because it will help define you as an expert. You want to also build products that have tremendous value. Oh, Max will remember this photo, right? On the red carpet at the premiere of The Keeper of the Keys with Jack Canfield, me, Marcy Shimoff, and John Gray. And these super successful speakers are earning more than most speakers working today. So are you wondering, how do they do it? Because it's incredible when you find out how. They all started with a book. Speaking and writing together can make you rich. By defining yourself as an expert, it's a great way to start or build on your speaking career. Now, you know, Jack Canfield came out with Chicken Soup for the Soul, and because he's in my movie, when I talk to people about him, not everybody recognizes his name. But when I say, well, he created Chicken Soup for the Soul, they go, oh, yeah, I've heard of that. More than 500 million copies sold. And then he got tired of sharing warm, fuzzy chicken soup stories. So he wrote The Success Principles, which is now in its second incarnation. It's not just his second printing, but he's redone it, and it's just remarkable. And then Marcy, a lot of people don't realize that Marcy was the reason that Chicken Soup for the Soul became a series. She was away at a retreat and had the idea of Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul, and then Chicken Soup for the Mother's Soul, and Chicken Soup for the Nurse's Soul, and the Pet Lover's Soul, and so on. That's how it came to be so huge. She also created Happy for No Reason and Love for No Reason, 2 more amazing books. And then John Gray wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, which has become a pop culture phenomenon. As soon as a man and a woman can't get along, one of them goes, well, what does he know? He's from Mars. Or, you know, Women Are From Venus. We don't understand. He's done a Broadway play. He's done seminars. He's done so much building on their book. So a book is a great starting spot. All right. Insider secrets. Tip number 5. Your dream of financial freedom can come true. You can achieve financial freedom as a speaker. You just need to take the time to understand and learn how the expert industry works to discover the keys to achieving all you want. Doesn't that make sense? You have to know where you're going to know how to get there. You have to want to get there and then understand how to do it. So let's define financial freedom. Oh, I have another poll for you. I missed my Google poll. I get caught up. I'm used to doing, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Financial freedom. What would you do if you had financial freedom? Okay, there's the poll. Go ahead and click on one of those. I'm used to doing so many affiliate webinars where I can ask my affiliate co-host a question and get a drink of water. So I might have to stop in a second for that. Okay, defining financial freedom, it's having all the money you want having the free time to enjoy it, because one without the other is useless. So go ahead and click on the buttons over in the chat bar. Travel more, enjoy life more, spend more time with loved ones, work on something I'm passionate about is getting ignored down there. All right. Well, that's exciting. Enjoy life more. Yes. I think that's what I think about financial freedom, is to enjoy life more. Okay. So that's it for the poll. I'm going to go back to the chat bar so you can still ask questions. Okay. Command Central over here. Aw, little doggy. Jack Canfield said in my first movie, when your vocation feels like a vacation, you have arrived. And that is what we just answered in the poll, right? Enjoy life more. They say when your vocation feels like a vacation, you've never worked another day in your life. And that is true. I love my work. Insider Secrets, tip number 6. It's at the bottom of your action guide here. You can learn from the rich and successful. Thanks for weighing in. I love to see that you guys are there and hanging in. You can learn from the rich and successful. Where you are financially today is a result of what you've been doing for the last 5 to 10 years. If you're going to become a wealthy speaker, you have to do what the wealthy do, and that is invest in yourself. Now, it doesn't have to be your money. Who knows what OPM or OBM is? It's a pretty common expression. You've heard that it takes money to make money, but it doesn't have to be your money. This is like the best use of credit or line of credit or credit cards. The difference between the rich and the poor is that the poor use debt for instant gratification. They buy items on credit that cost them money, and these items decrease in value. I'm going to buzz through these so fast because you're going, You get a big screen TV. It's not worth what you paid for it the minute you put it in your car. How many of you have bought technology only to find a second generation or a third generation comes out like the next day? Yes, Betsy, other people's money. Vacations. Why would you put a vacation on a credit card and make payments on it on a dinner you ate 6 months ago, or jewelry? Unless you're buying investment grade 4-carat or larger stones, you're not going to get your money out of the jewelry. Things are worth a fraction of what you paid for them, and you're paying interest on your credit card. On the other hand, the wealthy and successful use the power of debt to make money. They use their credit to invest in things that will increase in value, like their education, real estate, the stock market. That is how you become wealthy, is by using your credit cards, investment, line of credit, to invest in things that will increase in value. So let me ask you at this point, are you where you think you should be at this point? Now, if you're just starting speaking, probably the answer would be yes. But if you've been at it for a while and you're not where you want to be, are you ready to start earning what you think you're worth, and not what someone else has determined, and start living your dream? Now, whether you're just starting, exactly. Tammy wrote, wealth comes from assets, not liabilities. I like to read what you posted in the chat bar, because when this is on replay, the chat bar won't be seen. So I really like that. Thank you. Yeah, if you've been speaking for a little while, or even if you're just starting, imagine earning what you think you're worth and not what someone else has determined, and live your dream. And when I talk about that, what I mean is, if the Speakers Bureau calls me and they say, Robin, we really want you to speak, but our budget's $1,500. We only have 30 people coming into town. Would you do that? Well, my fee is $15,000 for an hour. So am I letting someone else determine that that's what I'm going to make speaking for an hour? Now, I'm a little sympathetic sometimes, because if it's only 30 people, I don't expect it to be $15,000 unless it's 30 really amazing, incredible people. Jerry says, I want to make some money. I love that. Yes, I love an active chat bar. Thank you guys for weighing in so much. Okay, turn the page on your action guide. Insider Secrets. This is where the fun begins and the game-changing information. If you've never heard this before, get prepared. Prepare to have your mind blown, okay? If you're ready to change your game and start getting paid to speak, you have to know this. There are 3 types of speakers. Did you know that? Okay. Jessica says, my job is to get others speaking gigs. So certainly not where I want to be. I want to learn all that I can, because you want to be a speaker, right, Jessica? And Betsy's just beginning, which is fine. Betsy's, you've got a lot of information to share, a lot of experience. I know that. Okay. There are 3 types of speakers. What are they, Robin J? Well, general, public, and paid. So let's look at what they are. General speakers includes the list of more than 18,000 speakers listed with the Washington Speakers Bureau, leading authorities, Kepler's, and more. They're talented, they teach, they entertain, and they motivate. Everyone in every Toastmasters in the world, tens of thousands of speakers all around the world, happy to speak, just to speak. Industry experts. Remember, I already whined about them. They're up there. They're happy to speak for free. Doctors and lawyers and people who want to stand up at a Rotary luncheon and speak for free. So these are general speakers. General speakers will speak for whatever they can get, whenever they can get it. And they'll speak for free and to any size audience. They hope to sell product, BOR, which if you're not familiar with that, that means back of the room. Okay, they hope to sell product in the back of the room, but they usually don't. And they hope to land that big $10,000 to $20,000 paid speaking gig, which they usually don't. Okay, they struggle and they try. I always joke, I hate to joke about anybody having any hardship, but you know, when you are in the news over something that happened, like a shark bit off your arm, or you had to cut your arm off, I mean, that's huge. Those people, their dance card is filled. They are working all they want to. But most general speakers really are struggling with the rest of the pack. Occasionally, a general speaker can get hot. They have the right message at the right time, maybe a TV show or a viral video like this. Larry Winget, the pit bull of personal development. There's a $25,000 speaker. He had a TV show on A&E called Big Spender. He's been a financial consultant on major news networks. And Judson Lapley, who did The Evolution of Dance, which was the first viral video that now, it was the first one to hit more than 1 million views. And when I was looking it up the other day to do my promo clip, he has had more than 300 million hits, and he's all but unavailable because he's so busy. They get to raise their fee and they get booked a lot. But there's a catch-22 here. A bureau will want to book you once you no longer need them to. And I shared that in my promo clip today. If you didn't watch it, you should go back and watch it. That I tried to book Judson for an event. My meeting planner was flexible anytime from August to December, and I couldn't get him, not for 2 days, to come to Las Vegas. Isn't that crazy? Now, Tammy just wrote, I'm done speaking for free. Okay, but if you know you can make your own payday speaking for free, you'll be a lot happier taking those non-paid gigs. And it all ties in with science and psychology and products and everything else. It's comprehensive. It takes a comprehensive strategy. Now, public speakers, this is probably the most misunderstood category of speaker. Public speakers are famous, well-known speakers. A lot of people, there's confusion because we speak in public. So we think we're public speakers, but we're not really. Public speakers are famous, well-known speakers. They always keynote. They earn a lot of money, $15,000 to $100,000 per gig. Their average audience is 500 to 20,000 people. They use the platform to educate, entertain, and motivate the audience. They don't care about products. They are hired. They're making their money off their fee. Here's an example of some public speakers. The politicos, anybody on TV, anybody who's held office in the past. If you don't know, that's Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York City. Olympians and athletes who have some acclaim who are no longer athletes. They are not competing. So they make great speakers. They talk about how they competed and what they endured. Actors and actresses who are a little older and not getting those leading lady or leading man roles anymore. There's my friend J.B. Bernstein. They made the movie about him, about his contest called $1 Million Arm, which Disney produced. And there's John Hamm next to him. Wouldn't every guy want John Hamm to play him in the movie of his life? So John Hamm played J.B. Bernstein. J.B. went from being an industry expert because he's a sports agent to becoming a public speaker. Michio Kaku, the physicist, has his own show on the Science Channel, and he's on all the morning news shows whenever there's an earthquake or something going on that we need a physicist to explain to us. And then my friend Jack Canfield there. So he's a public speaker, and he went from being a general speaker to becoming a public speaker because he sold more, his platform. He sold more than 500 million copies of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Are you starting to see how it takes, it's not one thing. It's not your brand. It's not your topic. It's not your website. It's not your demo video. It's a comprehensive strategy to become successful as a speaker. It's not hard. You just have to know what to do. Here we are, paid speakers. I bet everybody's just leaning forward, waiting to hear what I say about paid speakers, right? They're happy to speak for free. Okay? That's a big game changer there. They may even pay you to speak. I have had paid speakers tell me, just book me. You can charge whatever you want. You can keep my fee. They're basically paying me to book them. They base their presentation on science and psychology, and this is a huge game changer. I'll talk about that in a minute. They'll split the take for the room or sales, sometimes as much as 50-50. And this is key. They use the platform to sell what they teach. And put that down on your action guide. They use the platform to sell what they teach. Here's some examples of some paid speakers. Tony Robbins. Think about this. Tony Robbins is not sitting around waiting for a speakers bureau to call him with a paid gig for $10,000. No, Tony's out making $400 million a year. How do you think he's doing that? Deepak Chopra is making $45 million a year. Brendan is making 40 or 50, probably 100 million a year now. Marsha Weeder is in the seven figures. Marcy Shimoff is in seven figures. My friend Jack Canfield's in seven figures. They are monetizing their expertise and leveraging it in all kinds of new ways. I hope you find this just stunning, okay? Now, this is the bottom line, you guys. Most speakers are general speakers trying to fit the role of public speaker. That's why they're not making any money. This is why speakers struggle, because they're trying to be public speakers instead of paid speakers. They never become paid speakers because they don't even know that that category exists. Now that you know how to become a paid speaker, now that you know the category exists, I can show you how to become a paid speaker. So you're probably thinking, but I'm really talented and I have a really great, unique message. Well, unfortunately, here we are at Insider Secrets tip number 9. Unfortunately, regarding the talent factor, earning $10,000 or more per speech is not based on talent. It's based upon a presentation built on science and psychology. This means you're talking to your audience's beliefs, paradigms, and subconscious minds. This is such a game changer. Again, another one. So I discovered this. I finally learned how to do this, and I took my new knowledge for a test drive. I was asked to speak for free at a NAWBO luncheon. This happens. I know I mentioned this in my promo video. People know you. They know you're a speaker. They're going to ask you to speak for free at their association luncheons or organizations or their businesses. Well, I was asked to speak at a NAWBO luncheon for free. So speaking for free, it was at a Lowry's here in Las Vegas. There were about 50 women in the room, mostly women. There were a few guys. And I spoke for a whopping 20 minutes, easy peasy. And I earned more than $6,000 in 20 minutes. My fee at the time was $5,000. And I earned more than I would have if someone had called and booked me for a paid gig, because I used science and psychology and I understood the difference between becoming a paid speaker. I'm so glad. Nicole just wrote, very interesting. I love this. I'm so grateful. I know we had a few people who have to jump off at the top of the hour. So remember, you can catch the rest of this on replay. Just fast forward to the test drive and you'll get caught up. So how come most speakers don't understand how easy it is to stop speaking for free and start getting paid to speak? Why? Well, I kind of like to blame the NSA. The National Speakers Association reports that 95% of their members earn less than $50,000 annually from speaking. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think that's a great living, not in this economy. They offer a designation, their CSP, a Certified Speaking Professional designation, and it's very elite because you have to prove that you have earned more than $50,000 for at least 5 of the last 10 years. That's crazy. And it leaves out industry experts and other really great speakers who don't earn exclusively from speaking, and most general speakers. So if you're a great speaker, how can you earn a designation? You can't do it through the NSA, right? So It's just frustrating. And that's why most speakers, more than 95% of their members. And it's funny, in one of my segments in Insider Secrets, I talked to Gretchen Brunner, who's a speaker marketer. And Gretchen says that she thinks most speakers find the NSA by default. We're so conditioned. You have a profession, so you join a professional association or organization to further your career and learn more. But they're not teaching this at the NSA. I'm teaching this. So imagine creating an event where you could earn 10 times more than you invested. If even just one person pays, you'll make profit. I can show you how to do this. It's just one of the many ways to take control of your speaking income. All right. Now, remember, I said we were going to have 10 Insider Secrets tips. Well, this is actually now tip number 12, because tip number 11 is different, but tip number 12 is always over deliver. You like that? Okay. Here's tip number 11. It doesn't take a lot of people to earn a lot of money. I remember when I started thinking, oh my gosh, I have to speak at the Thomas and Mack Arena in front of 17,000 people. That's ridiculous. It doesn't take a lot of people to earn a lot of money. To get started, all you have to do is decide you really want to become a paid speaker. Stop relying on fee-based gigs. They're wonderful when a bureau calls. I love to hire people. Yes, over-deliver always. That's why you were good at sales, Betsy. Stop relying on fee-based gigs. Learn more ways to earn what you're worth. I love getting a paid gig. I love booking people for a paid gig. In fact, I have an Elvis impersonator in town. Of course I do. I have several. But I hired him for the Bankers Association from one of the states and wrote him a big fat check. And he'd been giving me checks for years. Oh, Jerry, fantastic. I'm getting to that. Do you have a few minutes more? Like 5 minutes? I'm going to get there. I want to tell you what you're going to get. You want to build proper credibility through products, marketing, promotion, videos, publicity, and great search engine optimization. And you need to discover how to use science and psychology to start earning more right away. And this is technically like the end of the promo, but I want to tell you what I have for you. Okay. It's surprising to see some of how the speaking industry really works, isn't it? There I am looking surprised. Have you found this helpful? I hope so. Type yes in the chat bar. Yes. I think it's been an incredible hour. Hey, it's right at 5 o'clock. So if you want to know what else you can do to further your career and start getting paid to speak, let me see some yeses in that chat bar. We still have a lot of people in the room, so type yes in the chat bar. I am so excited to launch this online course, Insider Secrets, Keys to Six-Figure Speaking. Just like I told you, I can't possibly teach you everything in an hour, but I can tell you about this. Oh, I'm so excited, Betsy, that you're liking it. Jessica said yes. Nicole said yes. Jerry said yes. Oh, incredible. Yes. And this is stuff that most speakers struggle. They never hear this. I was speaking for about 5 or 6 years before I learned this, and I'm so excited to share it with you. This is an 8-week crash course that will change your speaking career forever and help you to monetize your speaking career and your expert empire. 8 weeks. 8 weeks. That's crazy. And there are 4 insane bonuses. But first, let me tell you what the course contains, okay, for the 8 weeks. What you'll get in Insider Secrets, the online course that can change your life. Module 1 is more speaker mistakes. I think we have about 15 of them in the course. You'll discover the top mistakes most speakers make and how to avoid them. And it's really like a nice, easy entry into the course. You take that. Most people email me and go, can I get the second module right away? But it's something that you really want to make sure that you're not doing in your career. Next up is the science and psychology behind earning more every time you speak. I'm going to share with you the nuggets that will help you to earn more by speaking directly to your audience's subconscious minds, belief systems, and paradigms. And this is the game changer that helped me earn $6,000 in 20 minutes of speaking to 50 women. It's amazing. Okay, you're in module 3, Simply Irresistible. Do this if you want to succeed, where you'll discover what it takes to create irresistible offers, secrets for how and when to present, and close bigger sales more easily, more often. Now that looks overwhelming, but this is 2 modules. Presentation skills and thrills. It's a content-packed segment where you'll discover what you need to know to market yourself, create explosive products, reach a global audience with your message, and so much more. And if you look at the icons here, publicity, podcasts, blogs, what you need in a headshot, how to create great products, videos, what you need more than one biography, how to get testimonials and what kinds you should have, responsive websites, movies, press releases, Vimeo, how to make your topic a killer branded topic and build on it. And in fact, I did an affiliate program with a publisher, and she weighed in at this point. She said, Robin, I can't believe it's not just how to do a PowerPoint. This was so comprehensive. I blew her mind too. It was great. Okay. In the fifth module, this is amazing, and it's in such demand. Insider Secrets to Publishing. You'll get to meet super successful literary agent, say that fast 3 times, literary agent, author, and micro publisher Deb Herman. Together, we share the ins and outs of today's ever-changing publishing landscape, which, oh my goodness, is it changing from self-publishing to vanity press to author services, and help you see which publishing solution is best for your success. And then Module 6, Insider Secrets to Speaker Marketing. Gretchen Bruner, who is an amazing speaker marketer, shares information to help you avoid years of struggling, including how to find those fee-based gigs in your own backyard and online. These are absolutely priceless bonuses. And then you get to meet Bryce Kuhlman, who created Wisdom Robot. This is Insider Secrets, Automate Your Income. He shares how to create products and offer them online. Imagine it's like cloning yourself. Bryce has your key to product creation and income automation. You'll discover how to earn high perpetual income online by creating evergreen campaigns that can run 24/7 for you, making money for you while you sleep. This is priceless. In fact, one of my guys on Facebook posted he sold drumming lessons. You just kind of think that was tactile, that you would need to do that in person, but he does a video drum lesson series, and he sold it for $1,200. He woke up in the morning and saw that he had a $1,250 sale. So it can be done. You can make money while you sleep. Plus, there I am. You get a live one-on-one with me where I will help you with whatever you're working on. You know, you saw my body of work. I've published books. I've made movies. I've worked in advertising for almost 20 years. So you didn't know that. Some of you do, where I will help you develop your topic into a killer branded keynote that nobody else has. I'll review your products, your manuscript, your website, your presentation, whatever you're working on, whatever you need, and we'll record it. And this is a one-on-one personalized coaching. And you know what? Ask anyone who's taken the course already. They will tell you that I'm available by email. Sometimes it takes me a day or two to get back to you. But I will answer all your questions. You'll also discover how to put yourself together for the greatest impact online and on stage. And now let's look at our insane bonuses. Are you still with us, Jerry? I know you're anxious. Okay, you get a minimum 2-year listing on lvcsb.com, the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau in the convention capital of North America. Now, you heard me say I look there first when I have an opportunity to book a speaker. I've declared this value to be $1,500 because when I started speaking, I found that a lot of bureaus won't list you unless you're already listed on a Speakers Bureau site. So I paid to be listed on a Speakers Bureau. Thank you, honey. I paid to be listed on a Speakers Bureau site, one that actually specializes in booking women speakers, female speakers. And I paid, I think it was more than $500 a year for a couple of years. And, you know, that's where that value comes from. If you haven't seen the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau site lately, it's brand new. The new one went up a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And you can see there, author speaker sign up right there in the middle. It's a little blurry, but on the, it's the third menu button or fourth menu button over, author speaker sign up. And this is working. And oh my goodness, I'm already getting more contacts from it because it's been better optimized than my last site was, which is fantastic. All right, now hold on to your seats. Insane bonus number 2, the Certified Convention Speaker designation. Imagine having a CCS after your name. This is absolutely priceless. And you can use this medallion when you graduate the course. You can put this medallion on your website, on your materials, on your speaker one sheet, on your demo video, wherever you want to put it. It's absolutely priceless. And I believe as a Speakers Bureau president, that a bureau president, a bureau executive, or a meeting planner, if they're torn between the two of you, between you and another speaker or you and two other speakers, you have a certification, you have a distinction that shows you did something else, you went above and beyond what the other speaker did, I can't help but believe that they will pick you because of this designation. And you don't have to show you made $50,000 a year for 5 of the last 10 years. All you do is this 8-week course and you earn your CCS. Yes, Betsy just wrote, wow, very cool. I think it's cool. And there's the certified convention speakers page. It's new. This course is new and the certification is new. So guess who's at the top of the page? It's not ego. It's, I have 5 speakers on there right now. So I'm waiting for my speakers that have already signed up for the course to graduate and get me video so that we can go ahead and put them up there too. And you get this medallion and it's exclusive to the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau. I created this so that I can have something to market to meeting planners that no other bureau can. And so as a speaker, imagine what that means to you, that you have something to market that very few other speakers have. And so I really think it's marketing gold. And, I have that 20-year background selling advertising, so I think like a marketer. So that's exciting. Insane bonus number 3. I will share the mind-blowing information from my Millionaire Speaker Bootcamp where you'll discover how to use science and psychology so you can see how easy it is to earn $5,000, $10,000 or more in one day as a speaker. I was selling this program for $2,497. I did it at my home a few times. I had it limited. I had, I think, 8 or 10 people come in. Are you seeing how much money I made there with this? And I had a yoga instructor. So we did a morning and afternoon stretch so everybody could, wake up, and then we watched some videos and I spoke. I had guest speakers and it was $2,497. And so this is a tremendous value. And then insane bonus number 4 is insider secrets to publishing. I am getting such tremendous feedback from my segment with Deb. They're like, wow, you guys covered everything. And here it's because I originally self-published my first book. Then I sold my book to a publisher. I published books. I've contributed to anthologies. I've been through all the ins and outs, and I know speakers who have done it and what's worked for them and what hasn't. So this is really chock full of tremendous information. Let me share a few testimonials. This one cracked me up more than anything. Charles is actually doing a video testimonial for me. He wrote, "You're an absolute genius. I'm infatuated with these modules." And I love to say, nobody's ever told me that before. But he said, thank you so much for creating the program. And he wants to become an affiliate and share it with his team of people, of professionals, which is the highest compliment ever. Sarah says, I now feel I have a roadmap to follow to achieve success as a speaker, as a paid speaker. Each module has a wealth of cutting edge information that I know I can use. I finally know what I'm doing. Yahoo, I owe it all to you and your coaching program. And Billy Arcement, Masters in Education, said, I've been around 37 years and have made every mistake you shared. It's the sad truth. I'm sorry. You gave truth and accurate information about the speaking business. Your strategies for creating a successful speaking career provide a great template for anyone who wants to excel in what can be a tough business. So I'm so grateful to that. And I offer a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. I hire speakers. Meeting planners count on me. I know what they're looking for, and I can help you. You'll get game-changing modules that include everything you need to become a paid speaker and gain financial freedom as a speaker, developing your unique message and brand, creating explosive products, what you need in a speaker demo video that'll get you booked, the 6 elements you have to have on your speaker website, which, can I just say, one of them is contact information. When I'm putting together a proposal and I can't get a hold of the speaker, there's no phone number, there's no email, there's a form to fill out. I'm like, I hate to say this, my cell phone is on my websites. If I have a meeting planner who wants to get a hold of me to book a speaker, I want them to get a hold of me. How to determine your speaking fee and when to raise it, and how to earn thousands every time you speak. I have an extra special webinar bonus today. If you click the Buy Now button during this webinar, and I'm going to put that up in the chat bar in just a second, you'll get 3 monthly group coaching sessions included. And that's a real great value, because when you finish your 8-week course, and you can finish it at your own time. You could take 3 months or 6 months to finish it. But when you're done with your 8-week course, you're going to want a little more guidance. You're getting things going. You're going to want an opinion. You're going to have questions. And that's why I wanted to throw in a 3-month group coaching session. So here's a summary of what you'll get. Insider Secrets, Keys to Six-Figure Speaking, which I built this course and had intended to sell it for $49.97. You'll get a listing on the lvcsb.com website, which is a $1,500 value. You'll get to attend, you'll get the meat. I extrapolated the meat of the Millionaire Speaker Bootcamp, where you'll discover how to use science and psychology when you speak, a value of $24.97. You'll get a private one-on-one strategy session with me, which is a $500 value. You'll get the webinar bonus, the 3-month group coaching session, another $591 value. You'll get insider secrets to publishing, which is priceless, access to special guest experts, another priceless bonus. And then you'll become a certified convention speaker, which is priceless, only for lvcsb.com speakers, and you'll get a listing on the site. The total value is more than $10,000 plus the priceless bonuses, but don't worry about that. That's not, I have a special offer for you today. So while the value is more than $10,000 with priceless bonuses, when I first launched this, I was offering it for $34.97. It was built to go for $49.97. And I thought, until I'm too busy, that I have to automate everything because I'm just starting with this. I was selling it for $34.97. But today, if you buy it in the next 24 hours, you can really save. It's just $24.97. And remember, I offer a 100% money back guarantee. Let me go ahead and put the offer up there with the buy now button to make it super easy. And I'll tell you what will happen when you do that. You've got 24 hours on that price. And let me add this. You could earn more than that the very first time you speak after taking Insider Secrets. I believe it's true. Like I said, I did $6,000 the first time after I learned even just the information in the Millionaire Speaker Bootcamp. It's incredibly valuable. So just click the buy now button and this is what will happen. In just 8 exciting weeks, you'll get to know how to get paid to speak. You'll be listed on the Bureau. You'll have your certified convention speaker designation. I'm very accessible, Robin at lvcsb.com. And because I'm helping everybody so much with personal one-on-one time, space is limited, so you can get started today. Now, here's what's going to happen. If you click the buy now button, it will take you to this page on Wisdom Robot. It's actually, I think it's like robinj.wisdomfilters.com, something like that. And you see that add to cart button. And you just click add to cart. And then you have the order confirmation. And you will get an email immediately that says, view your new content. And then all your content will be there, which means you can go back and take a module anytime you want. You can go back and review it. You can look at it. It's just incredible that I want this to be accessible for you. You view your new content or view all the content for Insider Secrets, and you get 1 new course a week. Most of them are just about an hour. So it's an hour a week to change your life. And after 8 weeks, yes, there's homework, you have to get your wheels turning on how you're going to do this and monetize it. So this is your chance. I know what it takes to earn 6 figures as a speaker, and I really don't want you to struggle one more day. You'll finally understand how the industry works so you can make it work for you. You'll have the knowledge and support you need. You'll stop paying for programs that don't work. One of my speakers who signed up for this was sharing with me that she had easily spent almost $50,000 paying for different courses, and none of them showed her how to monetize her program. You'll earn the LVCSB's exclusive certified convention speaker designation. There it is. You can put that everywhere. You'll get listed on the LVCSB in the convention capital of North America and discover how to earn thousands every time you speak. Jeff Walker wrote a book called Launch, and he said, no matter what you want to learn, someone has spent a life studying it. Learn from them. That's why I named my promo video yesterday. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I've done this. I've made all the mistakes. I know how to do it the right way now. I want to share that with you. There's a beautiful cast picture from some of my experts from my last movie. I just wanted to add, as we finish up, that you, and I'm going to go live, and I have Napoleon Hill, a wonderful nugget from Napoleon Hill. You may be able to figure out the speaking industry on your own. It took me many years, tens of thousands of dollars. I refinanced my home, okay, and running a speakers bureau to figure it all out. But I know it now. Why put yourself through all of that when you could be on your way in just 8 simple weeks? You have bonuses that are designed to help you with a complete, comprehensive speaker strategy, a limited, highly discounted price to make your decision super easy, and an unconditional money back guarantee so you can sign up today with confidence. And as soon as you sign up, you'll get your first lesson. You'll start to see all the ways, really, I want to get your wheels turning. You'll start to see all the ways you can monetize your message. You'll know what costly mistakes to avoid. Start creating exciting new products that will help you to earn more. And you'll be able to start developing your own 6-figure speaker strategy. The special offer of $24.97 or 4 payments of $6.97 if you prefer is only available for the next 24 hours. And this is your chance to claim a better future for yourself today. So I want to thank you for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you in the course. Now let's finish up with a little nugget from Napoleon Hill that helps you to make decisions faster. You probably know his story from Think and Grow Rich. He was hired by Andrew Carnegie to determine if the wealthy people, the most successful people, had any characteristics that were similar. And the good news was he discovered, yes, they did. I don't have time to go through all of them here, but they were learned and they were burning desire. You have to want this more than anything. Specialized knowledge, which we're offering here, which is great. Discipline. I wrote my first book on Sundays when all my coworkers were out at the pool or shopping. It took a lot of discipline to do that. It takes strong associations. You need to be associated with the people who are where you want to be, doing what you want to do, who are very positive. And then decisiveness. It takes tremendous decisiveness to succeed. Now, I said I had a tip from Napoleon Hill. Those are the 5 characteristics that you need to have. But if you ever have trouble making a decision, ask yourself these 2 questions. Will this decision move me closer to my dreams? And is this decision in harmony with what I am doing? And if you get a yes and a yes, that's it. Why wouldn't you do it, right? Okay, so I'm going to go live now. I'm going to go on camera. First, I have to undo my PowerPoint. Hello. Hey, did you know that Las Vegas stands for the Meadow? The Meadows? There's my meadow. It doesn't look like anything anyone who's in Vegas has ever seen before, does it? I love my meadow. Isn't that wonderful? This is something, oh, I have something plugged in over there. My heater. It was so cold, I was freezing. This is just a little tip I have for all my speakers in the course. Have you ever done a video chat with someone and they have their jeans hanging on the door behind them or their underwear or something funky? Did you ever notice on television, they're usually in front of a nice place and you think they didn't handpick those books exactly what, so they could look very smart? This is what I'm reading, okay? So I'm going to take down the offer. It's your last chance to click the Buy Now button here, but I will tell you how you can access the course if you, because I want to answer your questions. So I'm going to put the chat bar back up here. Jessica, oh, we have a question. Jerry says, do you book health speakers? I love health speakers. And yes, I get asked for them. I would say the main topics are more corporate, like health and wellness, fitness, sales, leadership, overcoming adversity, change, diversity in the workplace, motivation, pure motivation. Why should you be healthier? So yes, I do. Jessica wrote, so I have a question, and I'm sorry, my laptop is here, but my big monitor that I can see better is over here. Could I sign up for this program if I'm not a speaker? I'm working for a speaker and part of my job is getting paid gigs, speaking gigs for her. Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, it would help you promote her. Do you have an aspiration to become a speaker yourself? I think you mentioned that earlier, that you would like to be a speaker as well. In fact, it's funny, if you work as a virtual assistant, do you work for one speaker or more speakers? Because I have a speaker who is having that challenge. Not all speakers are salespeople. And this speaker wants to work more. And so I said, you should hire a virtual assistant. Gretchen and I talk about that in the 6th module. If you're not a speaker, don't make sales calls, right? You have to love sales to be a great salesperson. And I have no problem calling on my own behalf and saying, listen, I want to speak at your event. I have the perfect message for you. But not every speaker has that. They want someone else to book them. So that's why you would hire a virtual assistant who will book you. So are you a virtual assistant, Jessica, or do you work in an office with a speaker, and do you represent just one speaker? Let me see. You don't want to be a speaker, but you'd love to do some publishing, and a personal assistant for only one speaker. I think you would gain a lot from this course. I actually think this course would help anybody, no matter what they're doing, because like I said, I have more than love being a virtual assistant. Yeah. But you're in the actual office with someone, or you're virtual? I'm a little confused because you said you're a personal assistant, but are you a virtual assistant? And just for one person, which is fantastic. I think that's great. We'll wait and hear from Jessica in a second. But, my background of, yeah, that would be great. I have a speaker who's looking for someone, so I can connect you. Absolutely. This is what we're doing here, trying to help everybody make the most out of their message and their talents, their work. So I have no problem hooking you up and seeing if there's a match with you and my one speaker who's looking for a virtual assistant. I sent her to a website where they have them listed, and she said the first one answered the phone and was so rude she couldn't believe she was a virtual assistant. Can you imagine that? So I fly to work with her in person, but mostly work remotely. Do you go on all her speaking engagements? I want to know who you're working for now. Do we have any other questions? We still have so many people in the room. What can I answer for you? And again, remember there's an 8-second delay. So get out of that and see what I can say. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. That's fantastic. Do we have any other questions? Okay. Betsy says, I'm very interested, but I want to email you offline. Is that okay? Of course, that's okay. Absolutely. And you have my email. It's at the top of the chat bar, robin@lvcsb.com. Nancy Ray Allen. Let me write that down. And I'll look her up. She's got a good assistant in you if you're going above and beyond what a normal assistant would do. The fact that you're attending the webinar and that you're willing to take this and use it to help her promote herself, that's fantastic. What did Jerry say? Oh, Jerry says, I need you. Look at this. We've got connections going. Okay. You guys can email me and I'll put you together. Okay. Where are you located, Jessica? I forgot. I don't know. We had a lot of people sign on. So I forget who's from where. I know Nicole's in the Cayman Islands, in Grand Cayman. I like that. Jessica says, I definitely love working behind the scenes. I'll tell you something. When I launched my first book, the self-published version, one of my friends, I said, she was doing PR for me and publicity. And I said, how can you stand to be in the back of the room? Don't you want to be in front of the room sharing everything? And it's so funny, as I've changed over the years. Now I love producing the movies. In fact, I sometimes wish I wasn't in it. I'm in all my movies. It's just producing is such a challenging job. I don't know how Clint Eastwood does it. He writes and produces and stars in his movies too. But I would really love to do a movie where I'm just producing it. And I say just because that's a huge, huge job. So I'm writing the scripts and I'm producing them. And, oh, right, Wyoming. Okay. San Diego. Oh, my goodness. That would be a big move. So Jessica's in Wyoming, which is good. So you're not too far ahead of us time-wise. I think sometimes it's hard when you're hiring a virtual assistant to have a 3-hour time difference. 3 hours is significant. It's one thing if you click on a webinar at 7 o'clock at night, you can eat your dinner while you're watching it. But if you're 3 hours ahead, you know, you can get a lot done in the morning before your speaker wakes up. So on the West Coast. So do we have any other questions? You have to be great at scheduling, Jessica says. Yeah, no kidding. Great at scheduling. You can also, let me put this up here. This is where you can go. I hope this is right. Oh, I put an S in there that doesn't belong. If you want to sign up for the course and you missed it, you missed your chance, go to thepaidspeaker.com. Thank you so much for your time. so much time to join me for this. I hope you got a lot out of it. I take it from the chat bar that you did, that you got a lot out of it. And it's my joy to help you. I hate to hear struggling. And okay, well, Jerry, you can go to thepaidspeaker.com to sign up, and it'll take you right there. And you just, like I showed you what happens, you get the sales page, you go there, you fill out all your information, and you get your first lesson immediately, which is great. So you get started right away on building your own expert empire and start earning thousands every time you speak. I built this really out of my heart, my passion. I had decided I wanted to do an online course, and I registered the Keys Academy. I was going to feature all the key speakers in my movies. And one day, I think it was in one day, I heard from more than 3 or 4 speakers that wanted to be listed with the Speakers Bureau. And I thought, oh, Robin, you really need to help these people understand how the speaking industry works. And I started working on insider secrets. I'm the insider, right? So I started creating this. And okay, Nicole's going to bed. Oh, the kids aren't feeling well. Well, thank you so much for your time, Nicole. Thank you for joining us. So I just thought there is such a need for the information that I have to share in this course. It took me almost a year to build the course. And I'm just so excited. And the response has been tremendous from everybody who's taking it. I'm so glad you love it. All right. Well, I'm going to end the meeting. Remember, go to thepaidspeaker.com and it'll take you right to the sales page on Wisdom Robot, and you can get started right away on becoming a 6-figure speaker. Thank you so much for your time.